Fam, these are emergency action messages. It's your boy PopPop. These are emergency action messages being transmitted by the nuclear forces of the Iron Eagle. These are nuclear attack options being transmitted. This is almost 30. We're coming up on 30 since last night. As of 9:30 this morning, they sent an acknowledgement to at least one of our politicians. Hang on a second. As of 9:30 as of 9:30 this morning, they sent an acknowledgement to Washington D.C. acknowledging that somebody was in the nest. The nest is the nuclear bunker, and more than likely it is Sleepy Joe being taken to the bunker in Camp David. So, what's up, Rise? So, that is for continuity of government. So, what's up, Manaf? Again, this is going on right now. Thank you. I feel great. Look great, feel great. So, what's up, Resume? What's up, Brittany? So, to catch you all up, uh, these are EAMs, emergency action messages, okay? They're being transmitted they're being transmitted in code by our uh, atomic, our nuclear defense forces, okay? Now, as of 9:30 this morning, they sent a message to Washington, and the message was very cryptic. It said, acknowledging you are in the nest. That means that at least some one person in Washington has been taken to the bunker. The bunker most likely is the president being bunkered at Camp David. Okay, the the nuclear forces all around the world are in high alert with everybody with their finger on the button. recently, recently the DoD directive, I think it was 1052.01, has suspended posse comitatus in America, and that is the guarantee that our own military would not be used against us to cause us hurt, harm, danger, or loss. Okay? So posse comitatus has been suspended. I'm in Maryland, in the USA. I'm between Washington and I am between two of the highest risk uh, targets. When the stuff hits the fan, my area will get hit by at least two boom booms. So I don't have to worry about surviving Armageddon because the NSA is 7 miles up the street in Odenton, Maryland, and then I have Washington south of me. So that guarantees at least two boom booms from my area. All of a sudden, there will be a flash of light at the window, and I will blow away. I will blow away like a leaf in the wind. So I'm not spinning, I'm telling you the real deal. These are EAMs, they're being transmitted. We're coming up on 30 of them. They're coded attack messages that are used by the attack forces of the uh, Iron Eagle. So, okay, so what do we know now? Let's put the puzzle pieces together. 30 EAMs since last night. Emergency attack messages, okay? 30. All right. You have 9:30 this morning. At least one of the politicians has been taken to the nest. The nest is code for the bunker. All right. I'm listening to the EAMs right now. You can watch them for yourself. NY Prepper YouTube is transmitting these. Okay. Third thing we know, they've said that they're preparing for a mass casualty event to take place before the election. Fourth thing we know, Uncle Joe has called on Orange Man Bad to be arrested and locked up. Okay, so if you think that this election is going to be fair and smooth and all that, you're misguiding yourself. You need to stock up while you can these last 2 weeks. All right, we've given away our strategic petroleum reserve. Uncle Joe gave away 5 million barrels, not gallons. He gave away 5 million barrels of U.S. Strategic petroleum to the dragon country. All right. So I'm fighting hiccups this morning. My blood pressure has been up. I'm fighting hiccups. I have an appetite, but I'm not hungry, if you know what I mean. I'm hungry, but I have no appetite, rather. Fam, this is not fun and games, okay? If you're sitting in mommy and daddy's basement playing video games on the PlayStation, you're not going to be one of the ones that make it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you don't have a bug out bag and a bug out plan and a place to go to when the stuff hits the fan, if you don't have extra gas and cash, and if you don't have a stockpile of some food and beans and a way to keep warm, if you're not going over your list of stuff that you need, you know, you might have canned food, but you forgot the can opener. You need to go over your list. You have to go over your list, all right? And Dean, I'm sorry to tell you, I had a dream about England last night. I posted it. I was in a park in England when all of a sudden there was a flash of light and boom. So people all over the world are having dreams about when this stuff is going to take place. Manesh, I feel so sorry for people like you. We're talking about the last chance to get prepared. We're talking about the last chance to get prepared before the stuff hits the fan. And you're saying that I look like Albus from Dumbledore or some BS like that, you know? You're either a child who doesn't belong on my channel or a very immature adult, okay? And it's going to be people like you. It's going to be people like you that are knocking on your neighbor's door, begging for food when the time comes. And you're going to tell your neighbor, well, the Bible says we need to share and charity and all that. You're going to whip a guilt complex on your neighbor because you've been sitting on your ass in mommy and daddy's basement watching video games when you should be prepared. Brittany, I'm going to make you moderator for right now because I don't have a moderator. And Brittany, I thank you for your faithfulness to the channel. I added you as moderator. You're someone I trust. And Dean, you keep believing that it's never going to happen. You keep believing that it's never going to happen. It says right in the Bible, code, that Russia's going to push all the way through Europe down to Israel. That's right in the Bible. The veracity of the Bible is fulfilled prophecy. So, all right, Brittany's already doing the daggone thing, taking all the trolls to the barn. Thank you, Brittany. So, fam, this isn't fun and games. It's not fun and games. Even if you're a child, when I was 8 years old, I was independent. When I was 14 years old, I worked a full-time job. When I was 15 years old, my father put me out on the street because I was getting big and beefy. And my father was afraid that the next time he pushed me down the basement stairs or went to crush out a cigarette on me, that he was going to get his behind beat. And he probably was very right. I made a big mistake. I should have gone to my neighbor's house. She loved me like a son. She would have adopted me. I would have become the doctor that I wanted to be. Instead, I went downtown and hung out on the street with prostitutes and drug addicts and homosexuals and every other god awful thing that you could be exposed to. I was exposed to as a young boy. People who would buy me a meal for free and then say that I had to work it off, you know, that kind of thing. And my parents, because they loved me so much, they went out of the country after they put me out of the house and locked the door. They went on vacation out of the country. But good news, my father was a writer and a poet, and he gave me an autographed copy of his latest book before he put me out, okay? It was a book of poetry that was going to change the world and beautify the world. Two geese fly into the sun so close that their shadow is as one. And that was about marriage. I was like, Buck, have you got anything in your new book about punching your son in the face, knocking him down the cellar stairs, and then standing over top of him and beating the crap out of an 11-year-old boy? Is there anything in your book about that? Why, you miserable, you know, abusers will always tell you that you brought it on yourself. They always say that they wouldn't have to abuse you if. So things have calmed down for right now, fam. I'm going to try to get my blood pressure down. That will involve yoga breathing and lying on my left side. I've taken my blood pressure medicine, but it's still high. So I'm going to do alternative therapy, which is trying to get my pulse to come down and all of that good stuff. You can go to NY Prepper on YouTube and look at this stuff for yourself. It's compelling. It's not for the faint-hearted. As a watchman, I'm responsible before God to let you know what's going on. PopPop out.